And we're back. Mike Cernovich, dangerandplay.com. Gorilla Mindset. What a night. Maddow, poor Maddow. What do you say to a journalist? Think about this. A little bit of sympathy for the devil. A little bit of empathy for the devil. Trump's tax returns have been a big, big story. You got the returns. But your opposition media, I think tonight really shows more than ever the opposition media in effect, and I'll tell you why, all right? I'll tell you why. People on Twitter, the media, the opposition media on Twitter, were saying something quite interesting tonight. They were saying the story tonight on Maddow was a nothing burger. They're saying it was a nothing burger, but think about that. Actually, it was a big story if you think about it. There has been a lot of claims that Trump, one, doesn't make any money, and two, that he doesn't pay any taxes. So the journal, if you're doing real journalism, then you would say, wow, tonight is a really big story. I had previously suggested that Trump actually doesn't make any money and that he doesn't pay his taxes, but now I've been corrected. And because I'm concerned with the truth and honesty, I'm going to report that Trump indeed makes a lot of money and indeed pays taxes, right? But instead they're saying it was a nothing burger. Well, what they mean by that is it didn't damage Trump. So tonight was just yet another example of the opposition media in effect and how they don't want to know the truth. They only want news that scores points against Trump. Anything else is a nothing burger. But I thought it was pretty funny because did you guys all watch the Maddow show tonight? I'd never watched Maddow before. I'd never watched her. And I noticed early on she was ba 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 ba. And I thought, my reporter, got reporter, gave it to me. And I thought to myself, she's talking like she's nervous, okay? Something is going on. So I thought initially that maybe they lied. Maybe they leaked it. Maybe something was wrong right away. Because she would say, and we have this tax report. And I go, why are you so nervous? Why are you nervous? And well, I realized why she's nervous. The records were authentic, but all the records did was proved that Trump made $150 million. What Trump paid in taxes, if I make in my entire lifetime as much as Trump made, or as much as Trump paid in taxes in 1 year, then I would be a pretty happy guy. If my whole entire life I only make $38 million, which is how much Trump paid for taxes in 1 year, I'd be like, you know what, you did all right, sir. No, you made $38 million in your entire life. You did okay. You made good. So all it did was show that he made a ton of money. So yeah, he leaked the tax returns, obviously. What else is going on? Oh, I don't know, man. People try to start drama with me, and then they cry when I do drama with them. It's just becoming a pattern. People they create drama with me, and then I am better at drama than they are. So then when I ratchet up the drama level to 100, then they go, oh my God, Cernovich is being a dramatic person. No, I've told these people, just leave me the fuck alone. If you don't want to leave me alone, if you want to come to my events and try to troll me in real life and talk shit, then you're going to get the drama. You're going to get the drama that you wanted, right? Don't cry. Don't cry because I can do drama better than you. Just don't fucking talk to me. Don't acknowledge me. Pretend I don't exist. Just live your life as if I don't even exist. But if you fuck with me a little bit, then I'll eventually just be like, all right, I'll be dramatic today. It's real simple. I can do drama better than other people can do it. If you'd like to have not drama, by the way, how good does my hair look tonight? Whew. The lighting game is fleeked. Look at that hair, man. I think that is why my haters, they don't post their real pictures. Look at that curl. Look at that wave, the sheen. I mean, look at that. That is a nice head of hair. I got the hair. I got the shirt on. We're on Fleet Game tonight. Mike, will you be making more mindset books in the future, especially how you manage and produce your documentary? Yeah, I need to. I need to do another documentary, another book. A lot of people want me to write a book on media hoaxes, so what I think I'm going to do is do a documentary, because the thing is, I don't make any money on the documentaries. So I'm thinking that I don't make any money in journalism. So Silenced, I lost money on that. The film, I'll probably Kickstarter. I'll Kickstarter a film on media hoaxes. Labor love. And then I got to do another big book. I got to do another, because I'll have to pay my bills. Books. Did I miss the taxes and stuff? Yeah, we covered that already, buddy. We covered that already. So yeah, I'm going to do another book and do that. All right, we're going to take some calls. The call-in number is 1-866-438-1487. That is 866-438-1487. We'll take some calls. What's on your mind? Got to build up the YouTube channel. Got to make them YouTube gains. My YouTube is weak. Only 22,000 subscribers. I got to get this up. Denver, Colorado, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on, Mike? How are you tonight?
Doing well.
Hey, just wanted to kind of maybe ask a question, see if you have any input or if you've read anything about this, the Ides of March. I guess March 15th tomorrow. I forgot who the guy's, something Stockman talked about, and I think he makes these predictions every year, so, hard to hold full credibility to it. But, again, they've had some long-time stuff going on with the money in Treasury, the debt, all that, but apparently everyone's saying, not everyone, but some people are saying tomorrow's the start of a new, different type of way that it happens or it unfolds or something like that.
Yeah, I don't anticipate it. Yeah, I don't anticipate anything big tomorrow, the Ides of March. I've heard about it. I read some stuff. What these guys do are they make predictions every year, and then eventually 1 out of 10 times they get lucky, and then they say, "Oh my God, my predictions came true." So yeah, there's nothing tomorrow.
Right, 2 times a day.
Yeah, exactly. So it's all bullshit. So I don't expect anything to happen tomorrow. Thank you for your call, sir.
Yeah, definitely, man. Have a good night.
You too, my friend. What else? We got Illinois. Hi, we got a caller from Illinois. How you doing? Well, your area...
I got a caller from Illinois.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going, Mike? What's up, fam?
Good, dude. How are you? You got to turn the YouTube off in the background.
Hey, so what did you think of... Oh, sorry. What did you think of Julian Assange's tweet this morning?
Which one? The one about Mike Pence or the one that he couldn't get verified?
The Mike Pence one where he was denying it. But
man, yeah. So yeah, so WikiLeaks, they do a lot of. I don't want to say. You need to turn the YouTube off, my friend. All right. So the question is, what do I think about the Julian Assange, where allegedly he had said something about how Deep State and Hillary Clinton wanted to get something with Trump to get Mike Pence's VP. There's no evidence for that, but of course they do. Of course they want Trump. Okay, I gotta mute you, buddy. So if you call up, you gotta turn off the YouTube. If you call up, you gotta turn the YouTube off. Otherwise, it's gonna echo and reverberate. Yeah, of course the globalists want Mike Pence in there because other than say, I don't know, Paul Ryan, Pence is as good as it gets. So yeah, they definitely want Pence in there. Now whether or not there's any evidence of this or Pence is plotting anything, I don't really know. And I don't know that anybody can know. Thank you for your call, sir. We got a caller from Vermont. How you doing?
Mike, it's Gregory Hillman. Can you hear me?
I can.
I just wanted to give a shout out to the West Coast tonight, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the Trump taxes and just how I think it's funny. Basically, to me it's funny because we were all expecting like some big news, like Trump didn't pay any money, and all of a sudden, like, it's all messed up, but it didn't happen.
Yeah.
It's just all making Trump look better. It's ridiculous. And it's the only time I've heard CNN say something correct in ages.
Yeah, Van Jones, everybody, I mean, tonight, as a human being, I feel a great amount of sympathy for Maddow. Because I'm thinking, dude, she ruined her life, man. She, talk about being a laughing, not all publicity is good publicity. If the media can make you a laughing stock, if they can make you a pedophile, if they can make you a Nazi, then not all publicity is good publicity. And tonight, Rachel Maddow is a complete and total laughing stock. So in that regard, I'm glad because she's the opposition. So she's an enemy, and I'm happy to see that happen to her. On the other hand, just from a human level, she is not having a good night tonight, and she's not going to have. I even posted a series of tweets where her tweet announcing the scoop got 75,000 retweets, and then her next tweet was like 25,000, and then the tweet where she goes, "The White House reacts to our scoop," it got 500 retweets and 5,000 people calling her a dummy, an idiot, Geraldo Rivera, Al Capone's vault. They just ridiculed her. It was not good at all. So in that regard, I'm glad to see I'm happy when bad things happen to bad people, but there's a little side of me thinking, man, she is not going to have a good week.
Look, these guys have been building this up for months and months. The Trump taxes has been the big, huge cornerstone to their whole thing. They release it, and it just shows that Trump did good.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Yeah, no, that's how dumb they are. They're so stupid now that they don't even know what. They're so dumb. I mean, I'm trying to think of who pitched this story. Hey, we got these tax returns, and the returns show that one, Trump makes a lot of money, and two is that he actually pays a higher income tax rate than Bernie Sanders does. Who thought this was a good idea? I've always said we are outnumbered by the enemy. Never forget that we are outnumbered, but also remember that they are morons. So there are more of them, but they are dumb zombies. That's why I'm optimistic that maybe we can pull this off. Thank you for your call, Greg.
Love you, Mike. I've never cut my hair or changed my shirt.
All right, buddy. Good man. He's never cutting his hair, changing his shirt. Is that like a new meme? Is that a new meme I don't know about? Are you kids out there in the interwebs coming up with memes that I don't know about? I don't know. Oak Harbor, Washington, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. How you doing?
So far, so good, dude.
Hey, I got some weird something to reflect on here that's concerning you and Joe Rogan. What really went down there, man? I'm a huge Joe Rogan fan, and of course I got the grill mindset and a big fan of yours as well. What was the real beef there?
There's no beef on my end. It was a unilateral beef where Joe told one of his guests, he called us Trump trolls. He said, I hate all those Trump trolls like Cernovich. And I thought, well, Joe's got yeah. So I was like, well, Joe's got a right. Joe's got a right to, feel that way. I don't get offended. I don't get my feelings hurt. So, but I think the real issue.
Got a lot of mutual friends. You guys seem to appear with like some similar people. So I think, he's got a real good way of doing interviews. Gets pretty deep. I think you guys would do really well.
Well, and the way I put it, and I think that this is what offended him. The way I put it is I said when Joe Rogan has on somebody like Wim Hof, Dr. Rhonda Patrick, Steve Maxwell, there's nothing better than a Joe Rogan podcast. But when Joe Rogan is in there with Brian Callahan, and all Brian Callahan is spitting out fake news headlines from Washington Post and CNN, it's just the most basic bitch, boring, lack of insight. Like, there was no insightful commentary on the Joe Rogan podcast about the Trump election, right? When was there an episode last year that was actually insightful on here's what Trump does, here's how... Like, for example, the episode I did on Rubin Report. This was in March. This is 1 year ago, almost to the day. I went on and go, here's what Trump's done, here's what he does, here's why he's winning, here's why he's going to win. It was actual insightful commentary about what Trump was doing. And then you go on the Joe Rogan show and Brian Callahan's like, oh, CNN says, you know, the polls are gospel. And I just thought that is so basic, so dumb, that you're quoting CNN as truth, quoting WAPO as truth. It is so stupid. So I said the political commentary on the Joe Rogan podcast is basic bitch level, basic bitch tier, which nobody has argued otherwise. Nobody has said that I'm wrong about that. So that may have offended him, but the way I look at it is, you know, Joe's got his show, good for him, God bless. I got my show, God bless, and I'm going to kind of say what I have to say, which is that the political commentary that occurred on Joe Rogan's podcast last year was embarrassing. It was completely basic. It was dumb. It was based on nothing but regurgitating headlines from WAPO and CNN. No unique insight, no novel points of view, no cutting commentary. So that's just my perspective. But I definitely wish nothing but the best for Mr. Rogan. I'm certainly not a Joe Rogan hater. The Wim Hof podcast was a great one. Rhonda Patrick, great. Steve Maxwell on there, great. So there's a lot of great shows. But Joe and Brian Callahan, or whatever his name is, talking about politics is just really boring and dumb. And so that's my take. So yeah, but there's no beef on my end.
Hey, really quick to touch on that really quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian Callen is the worst. All he does is parrot HuffPost headlines, like literally. He turns most Joe Rogan fans off. But he usually has a nice, like Eddie Bravo is a common counterpoint to him. And you're right, though. All the news media, they all got Trump wrong. So
yeah, and Eddie Bravo, I've been a big fan of Eddie Bravo.
If it ever does work out, you guys mend bridges. It would be awesome to have you on his show.
He's banned me from his show.
You're a great mind.
Yeah, I mean, I'm literally banned from his show, which is weird for me, but the way I look at it is, I've never asked to be on a show, of course, but they're his show, his rules. But yeah, it's definitely not going to happen. I've been banned from his show by him. He's mentioned me, said he hates me. Weird, because I've never said a mean thing about him personally. Callahan, again, Eddie Bravo, a lot of fun. Eddie Bravo and Alex Jones, great show. And I'm definitely... Eddie Bravo's interesting. The thing with Eddie Bravo, though, is he can get a little ADHD and take things on really weird digressions. I don't know if you watched the Hickson podcast with Eddie Bravo, and we're kind of like, Eddie, let Hickson talk, right? You got Hickson Gracie in the room. Hickson Gracie is in the room. How about you let Hickson talk? But I like Eddie because he has this real inquisitiveness and wonder for the world that most people don't really... Most people reach a certain age and they're like, well, I know it all. Eddie Bravo has this real wonder for the world that I think is inspiring. So I'm definitely a big Eddie Bravo fan. Callahan is just boring. You can't dislike the guy. He's just really boring. All he can do is rattle off basic bitch news that he gets from the Huffington Post and CNN and WAPO. But then it's kind of like, why would I want to watch a podcast or watch people talk about politics when all your only insight is to repeat what people are telling you to think from the fake news? Why have a podcast if that is what you're going to do? Why not offer your own unique point of view or talk to other people or something like that, So, yeah, but that's that, dude. But you know me, dude. I'm cool with everybody. I don't get mad about stuff like this.
Thank you very much for doing what you do, man. Growth Mindset was a really good book for me. I appreciate that. Another thing, his name is Callan. My name is Sean Callahan.
Gotcha.
I don't want to get confused being the same family.
Okay, you got you.
Yeah, so much for taking the call from we're out here on Woodby Island in Washington, man.
Awesome, dude. Sounds fun. Yeah, if you listen to a lot of my shows or whatever, mispronouncing names is kind of a thing that I do. It's not a shtick. I really am actually terrible with names, so it's Brian Callan. I used to call Gavin McInnes Gavin McKines. And I would go on Gavin's show and I'd be like, great to talk to you, Gavin McKines. And he goes, it's McInnes. Damn it! So I actually.
I'll throw you into the bus to the hard Mac.
Yeah.
Like it when you made.
Oh, it's McKinnis. Yeah. McKinnis, not McKines. McKinnis. Yeah. All right, dude. Thank you for your call.
Thank you.
Julius, oh yeah, we gotta show you Julius's haircut. Julius got puppy cut. All right, we got call. I'll let you guys pick. We got a caller from Virginia, a caller from Tennessee, a caller from Illinois, a caller from California, a caller from New York, a caller from Baltimore, a caller from Vegas, and then we got a couple more Cali people. Who do you want? You want to hear from Tennessee? Tennessee. All right. Well, we'll pick up the line from Tennessee. Nashville, Tennessee. How you doing? Hello. I hear you. Do you hear me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. We tried. I tried to give the people what they wanted, but life doesn't always work. By the way, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Go to the Vegas caller. Oh, we'll go to Vegas. If you hit the like button, then I'll take another call. And then I'm going to show you Julius's haircut, and I'll take more calls. We're still early in the show. Don't worry. Aw, is she mommy holder?
You want Harvester?
Yeah. Hold on. Oh, whoa. She's getting big. Wow.
Julius, are these daddy's dirty
Whoa. I'll show you guys, Syra. Hit the like button. Hold on. Whoa. Hold on. Are you ready? Oh, wow. That is a big baby. Special guest, Syra Cernovich. Her picture was in the Hollywood Reporter. Oh, you're smiling. You happy today? Are you in a good mood today? Are you happy? You're in a good mood? Her picture was in the Hollywood Reporter today.
It is?
Yeah.
Where?
I'll show you. Syra's already famous. Already in Hollywood Reporter. And Politico. Yeah, Syra has already been in Politico magazine and the Hollywood Reporter. That's way more than I had at her age. Which is 3 months. She's such a good baby, by the way. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I almost don't want to have another child because she is such a great baby that I'm afraid that it won't be this good. All right, so we're going to get Las Vegas, Nevada. Las Vegas, Nevada, how you doing?
Oh, man, I feel like I have to deliver now.
The pressure's on, man.
The pressure's high.
Pressure's on.
Literally the last to call in, and I get picked first.
Yep.
All right, thanks for taking the call, man. So this is kind of I feel like, all right, it's a manly phone call. So I just rolled into 30. I'm establishing my career.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about having a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Do it or travel Europe, see it before it's destroyed.
Wait. Yeah, wait. You're not in any hurry, buddy. If you take care of your body, you take care of your mind. I'm 39 years old. 39 years old, and these 19-year-old trolls can't even wear me down. 19, and they cry about how I treat them. Teenagers in the prime of their lives are saying, Cernovich is too mean to me. 39 years old. And these teenagers can't even keep up, can't even handle the banter. Yeah, you definitely should travel the world, travel Europe, read a lot of books, and then have a baby maybe in your mid to late 30s. Definitely take your time. Definitely take your time.
Yeah. I'm 30. The girl's she's just turning 24, so she's kind of on the younger side.
Oh yeah. No,
I've been all over, man. I've been to Africa. I've been to every continent except for South America.
Oh, awesome. What
So,
did you go to South Africa?
Man, I feel like something switched when I hit 30, man. I'm like in kid mode. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, that's don't do it though. Well, I mean, if you've already traveled and you don't want to travel anymore, here's the thing that you want to avoid, right? I will never look back. This is the way a lot of people view their children. I'm going to give you real talk. There are a lot of people who view children as holding them back from what they really wanted to do in life. So I will never look at Syra and think, boy, if I had only not had Syra, I could have done all this stuff. Like, I've done everything I wanted to do and then some. So if anything, I probably would have been happy to have her, even a year ago. So you don't ever want, in life is a lot about avoiding regrets, and you don't want to think, boy, what if I had done that? What if I had done that? Are these people holding me back from actually living my dream, living my life vision? And if you don't feel that way, if you feel like you've checked all the boxes, then maybe. Also, keep in mind your girlfriend's only 24, and she's still not fully evolved. So you want to wait till at least she's 27, or you don't even really know who she is. Her brain isn't even fully developed yet. Mile and she's haven't closed and everything. So you don't even.
My only concern is I want a good number. I want a good number, Gavin McKenna style, like 5, man.
Well, have one first. You know, that's always in life. A lot of people think they want things. You're not sure because the thing is, once you have one kid, you can still live a life with your kid, and it doesn't change that much. Once you have, once you have 2 or 3 kids, you are nothing but kids. That's your whole life. Dropping kids off, taking, how many? Yeah, so Sean is laying down the law, which is how many car seats are you going to have? How many different cars? Where are you going to drive them around? You're going to become like a taxi service. So I do not kill dreams. I know I have Mormon friends with about 5 children, and they enjoy it. So I'm not telling you won't enjoy it. But
I'm ready, dude. I'm thinking I'm ready. I got E in the bank.
Well, if you got
up for this,
if you got
I'm gonna take the plunge.
All right, dude. Well, good luck to you, man.
So to speak.
Yeah, well, best of luck to you. I wish you the best of luck. I'm certainly enjoying it. If you're at the right state of mind to have it, then you will enjoy it quite a bit. I would never think. People will tell you staring at your child is enthralling in a way that nothing else in the world ever is. And once you get there, you'll understand it. So I wish you the best, sir. Thanks for the call.
All right, man. Thanks a lot. Have a good night, y'all.
You too. Yeah, so if he's ready for it, I'm not gonna tell anybody how to live. I'm not gonna tell anybody when or when to not have kids. That isn't really my way of life. Hey, but I'm glad I didn't have them sooner. I turned 39, and then a month later, Syra was born. For me, that was perfect. Hey, what are you doing? She's looking intently. She's an inquisitive child. Definitely inquisitive. What religion am I? I'm not religious. Jewish religion. Definitely not. Women shouldn't have children past 35. That's not really true. Tax return debate we already talked about. Trump released the tax returns, for sure. I was a debaucherous F-wad who ruined my first marriage. Actually, not what happened, but you're welcome to think what you would like to think. A lot of you have never been a desired man, and you don't know what kind of pressures that brings with it. You've never been desired. You've only had unrequited love. You've never spent a day where you're wanted and desired by many women, and you don't know how you would handle that. So you can talk a big game, but until you've been there. Dinuba, California, how you doing?
Okay, can you hear me?
We can. We can hear you now.
Okay, so the thing says press the start key twice. First of all, Mike, I just really want to let you know how much I appreciate you doing this live for us, for letting us call in. And this thing with Pence has got me bothered. And I'd like to know your personal opinion for the guy, and if he was really picked, or if he was pushed on to Trump by the establishment. And also, totally off base, my second question is, what's your thoughts on hair? I know you don't care to wash with shampoo and whatnot, but do you have any advice for guys that are kind of getting thin up there like me?
Yeah, if your hair is thinning, you need to put emo oil and collagen in your hair. I'll show you collagen. Collagen is a copper peptide that for some people works well. I happen to be a responder to collagen. So collagen is Folligen. So if you have emo oil and collagen, then it definitely will thicken your hair if you respond to it. But a lot of people, so if you read the reviews on collagen on Amazon, half the people say this is terrible, it doesn't do anything, garbage. And then the other half of people go, oh my God, I can't believe it, this is incredible. That's because not everybody responds to it well. So emu oil is EMU, emu oil. So you can buy emu oil, and that will also help encourage hair growth and thin your hair. Yeah, EMU. So collagen and emu oil are definitely, part of the Mike Cernovich regimen. hair care regimen. As for your question about Pence as a VP choice, if you go back and read what we were saying back when he was first chosen, it wasn't a decision that we thought was prudent. It wasn't a decision that we, the hardcore, really, early Trump supporters agreed with. But
Right.
but the other are, hey, what's up? Are you hungry again? You just ate. Hold on a second. She wants to be fussy. So it was but the theory was that Trump was so controversial, he needed somebody to shore up the evangelical base. Why are you coughing? Are you okay? So in that regard, I don't know. Trump won. It's hard to second guess it, but we should definitely look back. We should definitely be very, very careful about Mike Pence and other things. Do you want to see your mama? What's going on? Hold on, guys. I gotta go. I think she wants her mama. It's getting hot in here. Aww. Aww. Think she's overheating in the oven.
That's a beautiful baby girl, by the way.
Aww, here you go. Yeah, she wants her mama. Whew. Yeah, it's a little hot in here, and she tends to overheat. She tends to overheat like Dad. So yeah, the Pence thing is always going to concern me, and it's going to concern us for sure. And all we can do is what we can do with what we have. That's the reality. Would I have liked to have seen another hardcore Trump guy? Sure. But the flip side to that is I think Pence reassured a lot of people because he was such a mellow guy. But
Right.
Here's my theory on Pence. I don't think Pence is a House of Cards shady dude. I don't think Pence is. But I think Pence can be moved around like a chess piece by the globalists, by the Mitt Romney types, by the Paul Ryan types, by those other people.
Right.
So in that regard, I don't view him as a... I don't think that he's looking at Trump and thinking, I'm going to get rid of Trump and how to take out Trump. But a lot of other people are. So in that regard, we definitely have to watch Pence's staff, other people for sure, 100%. You're right to be concerned, but as of right now, they're not making a move. So the big threat is Ryan Care.
He's like some kind of a backdoor for the establishment.
Well, I mean
Trump.
Am
I wrong on that?
Well, I mean he is. That's what I mean is the globalists could use him to destroy Trump, but I don't think Pence himself is that kind of person. I think Pence is generally an honorable man. Okay. I think that he is an honorable man, and he doesn't want to actually do manipulative things towards Trump. But the globalists want to move him around like a chess piece. Right now, though, I'm not worried about Pence. Right now, I'm worried about Ryan Care, that complete debacle of a so-called health care reform bill. That I'm worried about. Mike Pence is an issue, but the Ryan Care, Trump needs to keep his name off it. That is definitely a much bigger issue. Thanks for your call.
All righty, you have a good one. Great job.
You too, man. Thank you. Hit the like button. If you're watching at home, hit the like button. Folligen, F-O-L-L-I-G. Here, I'll go show you. Hold on a sec. I'll be right back. Hold on. I'll show you what Folligen is. Julie, you want to come in? What? And we're back. Folligen. Folligen looks like this. All right? Folligen looks like this. And it's blue because it's a copper peptide, right? So I'll just show you right there. So Folligen is a copper peptide. This is what the bottle looks like. You rub it into your hair, and then you get a hair thing like this. You get a hair thing like this, and then you comb it into your hair. So it's copper peptide, and then you get a brush like this, and then you comb into your hair, and then as you comb into your hair, that massages your scalp, which encourages your hair follicles, stimulates your hair follicles. So this is what you want right here. So how much do you use? You'll use enough just to rub it in. Oh, Julia Scott, a puppy cut. Whoa, look at this, Julia Scott. Hey Mike, does it get tiresome to have an overinflated ego 24/7? I don't know, ask Shauna. Julius loves me. Julius got a haircut. Look at this. Puppy cut. Puppy cut. We got Julius puppy cutted. Look at that. He looks so little now. I don't like you, Mike, but you have a cute dog. Well, I don't care if you like me as long as you watch me. As long as you watch me, I'm okay. Everybody doesn't have to like me. Look, this dog likes me, though. Do you think Katrina Pearson is sexy? Well, I'm not going to objectify Katrina Pearson. But I definitely think highly of Katrina Pearson. Look at this hair. Look at this ear. He was waiting to hang out all day. Trump did 420. Probably. No, Trump doesn't use drugs, actually. All right. Fredericksburg, Virginia. How you doing?
Hey.
What's up, dude?
Hey, how you doing, man? Thanks for taking the call.
Welcome.
Can you hear me okay?
We can hear you.
All right. When you talk about the deep state, when you talk about the globalists, besides George Soros, who do you think, who are you referring to, you think are some of the major players maybe pulling the strings of these types of things? Like, who do you think that is?
People pulling the strings are people... Do you remember the third Trump debate where he goes, there's a lot of rich people who aren't famous?
Yeah.
And, maybe I'll make them famous. A lot of the people pulling the strings are Ukrainian oligarchs. So one of the big untold stories is the role that Ukrainian money is playing on our media and how the Ukrainian government and the Ukrainian oligarchs are trying to get us to World War III. So Evan McMuffin, he is a mouthpiece of the deep state. And the deep state is a worldwide thing. That's the big misconception. The big misconception is believing that deep state is only in America. No, it goes much bigger than that. Angela Merkel is another part of deep state, although she's much, much, much smaller. Mark Zuckerberg, he's a part of deep state. But again, these are just the figureheads. The big money, the Ukrainian oligarchs, people like the Rothschild family, but it isn't actually the Rothschilds because you don't know their names. They are part of deep state.
Okay. Damn. All right.
Thanks for your call.
All right, real quick follow-up question. Do you really think Trump is the one that released these taxes?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I do. Definitely. Because that's the best year. That was the best year that you could possibly... I think that would be the biggest year of income for Trump and probably the biggest year of taxes he paid. I sincerely believe the tax returns came from Trump. 100%. 100% believe it.
Well, then why the selective release? Do you think just because that's the biggest year he said?
Yeah, because we've had good year. Every entrepreneur has big years, bad years, medium years, and 2005 was for Trump, I suspect, a very big year for him. And and he also paid a lot of taxes. That's why you would release it that year. So yeah, I sincerely believe Trump. I sincerely believe Trump did it, and I can't believe the media fell for it. I really can't. Also, it said client copy on the tax return. Did you notice that?
No, I didn't, but that's beautiful.
Yeah, so if you go look at the image, it actually says client copy, which is pretty hilarious. Yes, I think that Trump released it. Trump has a history of releasing things to the press, leaking things. He leaked that story, that recording of him calling a journalist at the New York Daily News or somewhere like that, of himself pretending to be a a publicist. He has a track record of doing it, and it done nothing but benefit him. So I definitely believe that he did it. Can't prove it.
Well, what was that? What was the benefit of that? Was it
lighten him up or make him silly, or what was that?
Well, a lot of things, right? So here's the thing. There's a couple things going on. One is that if you have the media talking about whatever you want them to talk about, that is better than the alternative. Is if you can dictate what the media talks about, then they can't pull something out on you and surprise you. It's the surprise media attacks that hurt the worst. You're unprepared. You just want to give them something to talk about. Two is when he reported or released the tape of him talking to the publicist, there's a lot of stories that are big to the media but are trifling to viewers and readers, okay? So we think that Trump pretended to be his own publicist and called these reporters. We laugh as the public. We think that is hilarious. The journalists are clowns. Trump was saving money on his own PR. Isn't this hilarious? We all got a good laugh. But the media, they take themselves very, very seriously, and because of that, they thought the people were really going to get mad, right? They thought, oh my God, So that's the same thing with tonight. The media thought the people are going to be mad that, here's what they thought would happen. I'll tell you the strategy of this, the game theory. The game theory is that by releasing the 2005 tax returns, you are going to remind people that Trump has not released any tax returns, which every other president has done, and boy, the people are going to demand to see more tax returns. That's what they thought. Strategic blunder. Never interrupt the enemy when they're making a decision. That was a strategic blunder. Is they go, oh man, now they're going to want his taxes from every year. But that's not them understanding their audience, they're understanding viewers, they're understanding anything.
So why do you think he hasn't released those taxes?
Why hasn't he? Because it won't win him any votes. Because it won't win him any votes. There's no reason to do something that won't gain any support for you and may, for whatever reason, cause you to lose support. It's a classic case where you gain nothing and you potentially lose something. So if you read The Art of the Deal, Trump constantly talks about limiting your downside. Releasing your taxes has a downside risk to it. There's no upside benefit. That's the same in business or life or anything. Is if you're making a choice, you got to say, what is my upside? And then what is the downside risk? And if the upside gain relative to the downside risk don't account out for one another, then you don't make the decision. So if you release your tax records, the upside to that is nothing. Nobody who liked Trump is going to say, wow, I like him even more. Nobody who didn't like Trump is going to say, boy, the only reason I didn't like Trump is because I never saw the taxes, and now that I see the taxes, I'm really going to like him. So he gains nothing. There is no upside benefit. The downside risk could be huge. Maybe people find irregularities in there. Maybe people pour over his tax records to try to trip him up on some kind of technicality. Anything can happen. So there's a downside risk with no upside benefit. I would encourage him as an advisor to never release his tax returns, other than to troll the media.
Yeah, so you don't think he will before the next 4 years? Before he tries to run again, you don't think he will?
I don't know. Maybe you can never say never because it might become a bigger issue. I don't.
That's what I feel like.
Yeah, I don't foresee him releasing it anytime in the near future, though. But the next election, it depends on what is at stake. We definitely don't know until then.
Thank you a lot, man. I really appreciate you taking the call.
Thank you, man. Have a good night. Strategic thinking. Strategic thinking is, what is your upside? What is your downside? Not enough people look at the downside risk. There's always a downside risk to anything you do. Just like the caller I talked, it could be anything. Getting married, having a kid, whatever. Doesn't matter. Jobs, leaving it. You always got to say, what is my downside risk? And then, what is my upside benefit? Of course, easier said than done. Oftentimes, it's very hard for us to be honest with ourselves. Santa Cruz, California, how you doing?
Doing well, Mike. How's the evening going for you?
It's going well, dude. Hold the phone a little bit closer to you, please.
Oh, my bad. Hold on.
All good, all good. You've called in before, I recognize you.
Is that any better?
Yep.
never seen the evidence on for why people don't like Ben Shapiro for some reason.
Okay.
Essentially, it was like he's what was it, like pro-abortion or something? I don't want to do any slander right now, but I'm curious about, because I know that you have some disagreements with him, so I'm curious about that for one, and then the second one, and then I'll go. But the second one is, are you concerned that Congress is not going to raise the debt ceiling for tomorrow? Or I think it's coming up soon.
Debt ceiling, I'm not really concerned about. Ben Shapiro, he does more harm than good. So you always have to look at who's doing more good than harm. He's ultimately doesn't want to preserve American culture. Today, for example, he goes in response to a point made by Representative Steve King from Iowa. Steve King from Iowa said blacks and Mexicans are fighting in California. And Shapiro goes, oh my God, that is racist. That is racist. Oh my God, I'm triggered. Well, that's actually the truth. So it's such a dumb, he's so out of touch, but he comes forward with he comes up with very accusatory statements on people. You're this, you're that, but his facts aren't even incorrect. So there's nothing racist about pointing out an obvious fact, which is that there's major turf wars between blacks and Latinos in California. There's nothing racist about it. Now, you can debate implications, causes, you can have an argument, but if you can't accept that underlying fact without calling the guy across from you a racist, just like there are racial differences in crime rates, right? You can argue why that is, maybe, you can argue all day, that's fine. But calling people a racist for pointing out a fact is what the left does. If all you're doing is saying, here's a fact, you can't be racist. A fact cannot be a racist. Now, you can draw maybe racist implications from it or whatever. So yeah, that's the big issue with that, is he doesn't even, and then his maxim, facts don't care about your feelings. Well, somebody needs to tell him that he needs to get his facts right before he goes around trying to ruin people's careers. He was also anti-Milo and tried to sabotage Milo at Breitbart. There's a lot of things with the whole hoax thing that I don't like to talk about anymore. He's just overall not a good person, not a good dude.
Yeah. What was the other keyword I could search for on that last point you were making? Not about Milo, but the one before that.
Oh, the Corey Lewandowski hoax.
Okay.
All right, thanks for your call, my friend.
Yeah, thanks, man. Take care.
What have the trolls taken over the comments? It happens. Late at night, mommy tucks him into bed. Late at night, the trolls come home from school. Mommy tucks him in bed, and then they start to troll me. But I don't care. Hey, Mike, thanks again from Virginia. You're welcome, John. How do you train your wife to accept? Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Get out of here. What else we got going on? We love you, Michael. Thank you. Ben Shapiro 1 hour ago. I do have one lingering question. If this is the stuff trying to... Yeah. So Shapiro's just... He's anti-Trump. And we have enough anti-Trump people. It's the same reason I don't try to troll people who are, edgier than I am. I don't wake up and think, how can I go after people who are edgier than me? I just say leave them alone, but then they continually nip at me, and then I say, okay, fine then. If that's how you want it to be, then that's how it can be. But it's better for us to just leave each other alone. Ben Shapiro needs to... There's enough people on the left. Antifa crashes Ben Shapiro events. He runs and hides, calls the police, okay? We got enough problems. It's the same reason I don't like to go... If people would not consistently nip at my ankles, then I wouldn't go on these occasional bouts where I call people pathetic, make fun of them for being punched. I wouldn't do it because there's enough people on the left for me to spend my time going after. I don't like to have to go after people on the right. But they want my attention, and they troll me never-endingly, and fine. Sometimes I give them my attention. Usually I don't. Michael Savage and Alex Jones, I did not see that. Thoughts on Kim.com's warning of Trump? I'm pro Kim.com. You were very angry tonight that Periscope. Woo! Definitely was not angry. A lot of you cucked, high estrogen, mama's boys don't understand the difference between intensity and anger. So if you're a little cucked, estrogen, have moobs, mama's boy, then I must look like a very angry person to you. Oh my God, he's so angry. No, you're just a moober. Moober. We're going to call you moobers. The moob right. MOOB-right. If you're a member of the moob right, you don't have any kind of intensity in your life. You've never wrestled, you've never boxed, you've never done MMA, done jiu-jitsu, you've never hit the gym. You don't understand there's a difference between intensity and controlled aggression versus anger. Anger is losing your cool. No, I can be very to the point and very aggressive without being angry, right? So you got to learn the difference. You got to learn the difference. I got a pretty funny troll call. The guy goes, man, I trolled you into running out of breath. And I go, what is he even talking about? So when I did a Periscope, I was doing trails. The trail is a hill. So I'm walking up a hill doing a Periscope, and then these moobers are saying that I'm winded. I'm so angry that I'm out of breath. They've so triggered me that I'm angry and out of breath because they have moobs and they've never actually hiked a trail. But if you hike a trail while you're holding a phone in your face while you're walking your dog, then you're going to respire and perspire. That's how I can always tell who has actually done things in life. Is if you can't tell hey, there's a guy doing a Periscope while hiking, that's probably why he's out of breath. That tells me you have too much estrogen as a man and that you need to quit suckling on your mom's teat. Elizabethtown, New York, how you doing? Your area code is 518. Is that you, sir or ma'am?
Oh,
Yep, we hear you.
you hear me?
We can.
Awesome. Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Great, dude. How are you?
Excellent. You know, I've been listening to you for the past year. I have to say, your game is so far ahead of all these other guys. It's just unbelievable. You've totally tapped into this whole social media thing. It's kind of funny. I was talking to a friend of mine about the whole Trump effect here, and he was able to close the gap simply through social media. He made up literally $400 to $500 million worth of advertising through social media, and basically you guys paid for it.
Yep.
Largely your work, Paul Joseph Watson,
Yeah.
Alex Jones.
Work for
Close the
free.
gap. You're literally looking at the work you're doing is close to probably $1 billion worth of advertising for this guy. So it's just when you kind of look at the numbers and crunch them, it's just unbelievable how much affects guys like you and these other guys who are working for, I wouldn't say working, but political, basically freelance guys. The impact you guys have had on this election and just in world politics is just astounding. So, hats off to you and to all these other guys doing this great work. But, I don't think these other guys quite get just the enormous impact you're having. So I just kind of wanted to let you know, you know what I mean? It's just incredible what you're doing. I'm a big, huge fan of yours, and it's amazing work you guys are doing.
Thank you. Yeah, well, the power of the people, too. That is the thing with social media, is that most people are, hey, Julius wants to come on my lap, or what do you want to do? You can come back up here. Come on back up here. Come on, jump up. Yeah, that's the thing. Social media is now a form of media. That is what people don't understand. Everybody understands why the New York Times has influence. Everybody understands why the Washington Post or CNN has influence. But then they go, how can Cernovich, PJW, Stephen Molyneux, Clorin Southern, Gavin McInnes, how can these people have influence? Well, they don't understand that Twitter is a distribution platform. All Twitter is a distribution platform. It's another media platform. So if you think that all social media does is let you share cat pics with people, then what people like us do doesn't really make any sense. But the real power is the messaging from the people who follow us. Because without people sharing the message, there would be no Mike Cernovich, there'd be no Paul Joseph Watson, there would be no Donald Trump. It just wouldn't exist, wouldn't happen. So the power is with the people.
Absolutely.
For sure.
But it just shows just how empowered the individual is now compared to before. Like Donald Trump 10 years ago could never have pulled this off. Like the mainstream media would have just killed him. He wouldn't have had a recourse to kind of rebut through social media and all of this. He's just kind of the perfect candidate at the perfect time. But it just shows me, like, the power of, like, let's say you're basically like a one-man army here, kind of doing your own thing, twittering out, doing your Periscopes, your YouTube live here, your little call-in show. But the amount of reach you have is just astounding. And you're like a one-man guy. It's just like credit to you.
Like
Alex Jones, Paul Joseph Watson. These are, like Alex Jones a little bigger, but these are essentially like one-man kind of operations, right? And that they're able to have this disproportionate amount of impact in terms of like a federal election. It's just unreal. If you really kind of crunch the numbers, like in UFC, there's pound-for-pound fighter. Pound-for-pound journalism, like I don't think anybody comes close to you.
Oh, in terms of one-on-one apples for apples, 100%. Here was a big epiphany that I had at the RNC. I was at the RNC and I was walking around, and everywhere I went, people were like, Cernovich, Mike, how you doing? How you doing? And the mainstream people, when they would walk through the crowd, nobody even recognized him. Chris Hayes walked through the crowd. Nobody even recognized Chris. Nobody recognizes Wolf Blitzer in public. But they recognize us. And that is because one-on-one, we have more influence than they do. But we need more people like us, and that is why I'm always promoting other people. I want 100 people out there doing what we're doing and doing work, doing on the YouTube and everything. So thank you for the call, my friend.
Yeah.
He's right. A lot of people, especially in Trump's own White House, don't understand how powerful social media is. They don't get it even now. But what do you do? Look at those eyes. Look how cute those eyes are now that he has so much fur. He had so much fur that he couldn't even see. Look at those eyes. How cute is he? He's like a little, I don't know, raccoon or what is he? He is the best dog. Yeah, he is a cute dog. Yeah, he's a good friend. That's how we keep the blood pressure low. Look at him. Mike, do you have an opinion about Bill Whittle? I don't. Don't know who that is. What's your stance on no FAP? I'm anti-porn. And I'm generally speaking anti-male masturbation. It's your life force, and it makes you unmotivated. It's a form of self-medication. So I'm anti-pornography, and I'm anti-masturbation for sure. Very, 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 very bad for you. Who do we got now? We got Phoenix, Arizona. How you doing?
Hello?
Yep, how you doing?
Oh, I'm sorry, hold on. I got the volume here.
That's
Can you hear me
cool.
now, sir?
We can hear you, my friend. Welcome.
Okay, thank you, sir. No, thanks for taking my call. I've watched you for a long time, and I'm very happy you still do your shows and all that. I have kind of a two-part question. Do you pay attention to Martin Armstrong at all?
I do not.
Okay, so Martin Armstrong, long story short, just wrote like an algorithm many years ago. They put him in jail over his algorithm because they wanted to get basically a prediction model. And he's predicted everything from wars to Trump being elected to just anything. You should look into him someday. Anyways, he's predicting that basically our economy is going to collapse, like just all this, and they're going to blame it all on Trump. My question is, if that does happen and they blame it all on Trump, how does he combat that? And the second part of that question is, are you pro-Bitcoin?
Yes, I'm pro-Bitcoin. I'm definitely pro-Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the future. Bitcoin is not a trade. Bitcoin is an investment. So I have a lot of younger readers, young men. They go, Mike, I only got $1,000 to invest. Where should I invest? And I said, go buy $1,000 worth of Bitcoin and put it on a keep key and put that in a safe place and leave it alone for the rest of your life, or 10 years or 20 years or whatever. Yeah, I'm definitely big into Bitcoin. As the economy might crash, it's hard to crash the economy. The bankers can rig the economy, but the issue is there's so much optimism right now that human optimism is hard to overcome. So I'm not that concerned about a big economic crash in the short term. If there is one, we'll blame Wall Street, and we'll have trials and we'll hang them in the streets. So I'm ready to go to war. Yeah, so if there is a crash, we're going to blame Wall Street. Thank you. I love you guys. I get the best. I mean, do we not get the best questions? How many call-in shows you can talk about? Bitcoin, Trump taxes, all kinds of, weird things that may or may not be true or not, as far as this guy who predicted things. Who knows, right? The calls I get really are amazing. And I get troll calls too. I haven't had a troll call tonight, but I'm sure I'll get one. I'm sure I'll get a good troll call. I get a troll call tonight. I can always tell when I'm going to get the good troll calls because they'll start trolling me on Twitter, right? So right now they're trolling me on Twitter because a Jewish friend of mine, when I got married, said Mazel Tov. So there's now much discussion over whether Mike Cernovich is Jewish or not. It's so that's getting retweeted out. The people really want to know if I'm a Jew. Very important for them, to want to figure this out. It's a big mystery. Big mystery they want to unravel. My Jewish provenance. They're also convinced that I've had intercourse with transsexuals, which, if I had, I would not lie about it. That's one of the funny things is, if I had, that isn't the kind of thing that I would lie about or hide about, because I wouldn't care. Can you love me? Yes. There's more than enough of me to love. Chemically salty. I know that meme. I know where that meme comes from. All right, we got, I think, Vancouver, Washington. How you doing?
Hey, not too bad, man. First-time caller. I only started following you a little bit ago. I found out about you from the Deplorable.
Welcome.
But anyway, one of your earlier callers was asking about Ben Shapiro, and I was just curious what your thoughts were. He has a certain stance on one issue that I think is interesting, but about Trump teaming up or starting a commission possibly with Robert Kennedy to investigate vaccine safety.
Yeah.
And investigate the fraud of the CDC. And I was just curious what your thoughts were on that.
Yeah, there's a lot of, if vaccination is safe and vaccines are safe, why is there a federal law which says you cannot sue vaccine manufacturers? If your product is safe, right, why can you not sue for the product? Right? Why? How many billions of years do they make? How many billion? Syra is woke. How many billions of dollars a year? These aren't nonprofits. These vaccination companies. Here's the thing I don't understand about people. What I'll never understand. We all know that Big Pharma exists to make a profit and not really to help people. All they want to do is make money. That's all they do. Make money.
Well, and the funny part about that is it's so interesting to me that no one seems to care that the CDC owns vaccine patents.
Exactly. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back.
Overseeing the safety.
I'll be back in 1 minute.
Okay.
Syra, how you doing, baby? Oh, is she hungry? Yeah, I definitely support a real research into vaccines, for sure. 100% into vaccinations and vaccines. So I would like to see Robert Kennedy involved in that.
Yeah, that's just one of those issues that when because I follow Ben Shapiro on social media also, and anytime there's any article that's at all critical of vaccine or vaccine safety or efficacy, he immediately goes on
freaks out.
Well, this is anti-science, and you guys are all crazy. Without apparently he can investigate fraud in other areas, but as soon as you talk about the Center for Disease Control, he immediately clams up.
Yeah, man, and a lot of these people are climate science skeptics, so that's interesting how they're convinced that you can talk about one kind of science and not another kind of science. I've always found that quite interesting. Thank you for your call, sir.
Have a good one, Mike.
You too, my friend. All right, we got Louisiana. We got Creole. How you doing, Louisiana?
Oh, yeah. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Hold on one sec. Howard Rourke, I can see your messages. You're not banned. Okay, go ahead, sir.
All right, man. I just want to say, I heard about your show a couple weeks ago. I fucking love it. I believe that what you say is just pure amazing, right? But I feel like you're not getting the real issues. You're talking about these taxes and all, and that's fine, but it's not the real point. You see, what we need to be figuring out is what the reptiles are trying to do with xenon and some of these frogs get with our chemicals. All right.
See, the thing is about trolling me is I don't really care if you troll me. So I think that's kind of funny. So you got to do better than that.
Hold on. I got something better than that.
You said reptiles and Z-Man and gay frogs. That's like shit tier. That I could find that on Maddie Iglesias's timeline. So you got to give me something I can't find with Maddie Iglesias or just any kind of basic bitch media Twitter troll. We'll give you one more. We'll give you one more shot. Well, all right. Thanks for the call, sir. I was knew right away. Told you. Told you it was a troll. Low energy, though. Told you, though. Gay frog. Gay frogs. How did I know he was a troll? They always go, Mike, you're talking about this, but it is... Yeah, he got triggered and he hung up, right? How funny was that? These people try to troll me. Low energy. Troll cuck. He's a troll cuck. Gay frogs. Oh, my God. Never heard that. Never heard, reptilian people. Never heard that. Sandy Hook, never heard that. Like, come on, guys. Chemically, salty is funny. That is actually legitimately funny. When people say that, that cracks me up a little bit. Even though it's not true. But it's funny. It amuses me. Because why? I want a troll. A troll has to say something I can't find on Matthew Iglesias or Anderson Cooper. Some boring, basic... I want a little edge. I want trolls to say things that I can't. If you're going to troll me, you got to say things I can't say or I get in trouble, right? And I can say a lot of things. So you definitely need to up your troll game if you're going to call in. Hey, I think we talked last time. You're in Cape Girardeau?
Well, that's where my cell phone's there.
Yeah.
Somewhere else. But
okay, great.
Yeah, I've called in twice already.
Okay, welcome. Welcome. Third time's a charm.
Yes, sir. Now, you were talking the other day about, you know a whole lot about the deep state media and all this stuff going on that you can't say because people wouldn't believe you.
Correct.
I think that you don't give us enough credit. I think there's a lot of us that would believe you on that, and I'm really interested to hear it.
Well, a certain percentage would, but you got to realize I can't take you all the way to the truth because more people would not believe it because it's actually too unbelievable. So in terms of, here's the way I always put it. I'm not lying to you guys, but I don't tell you everything I know. Because Alex Jones made that mistake. Alex Jones told people too much. And because of that, his reputation was hurt for a little bit. Now he's vindicated. Now everybody knows he tells the truth. So what I've learned from watching Alex Jones is that you can't take people to where they're not ready. You can only take people to where they're not quite ready. It's a little nudge. Well, you're not ready to go all the way over here, but I can get you a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here kind of thing. That is the key. But thank you for your call. One day, I mean, I'm telling the truth. Things that I've said are now becoming well known. So, you know, a year or two, we'll reveal things as they become relevant. Thank you for the call, sir.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I met that guy in real life. Nice guy. I met him at the RNC. New Jersey, how you doing?
Oh, hi, Mike. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
I had a few things to say. This is the first time I've actually watched you and caught you on a live stream.
Uh-huh.
I've been following you on Twitter for a while now, and I just wanted to say that, you know, you're kind of alienating people because this kind of attitude that you're copying, just, I don't really understand where it comes from.
The what?
You know, I just feel like it's a lot of self-aggrandizing.
Hold on, I didn't hear you. I'm alienating people because why?
I was explaining because like I said, there's this kind of ego that is copped, and I just feel like, you know, you refer to yourself in the third person, and I think that that's odd, and it just, it bothers me a little bit, and, you know, I was wondering what you think about that by you know, alienating people.
Well, here's the thing. I know that I alienate a lot of people. I know that my message is not for everybody. I know that a lot of people don't like me, they don't like how I look, they don't like how I talk. And here's the thing that I always remind people. I don't have sponsors, I don't have advertisers. One is we gotta have fun. Priority number one, when I fire up that phone, I want to have fun. And by having fun, I goof off. I'll give you an example. If I'm fussing with my hair 8 times in a show, most people are going to realize that that's just a shtick and it's just kind of a funny thing that I do and it's amusing. A lot of people will take that literally and think, oh my God, he really cares about his hair that much. Like, wow, I can't believe it. He's an egomaniac. A lot of people are going to think that, but more people think this is just a fun way to educate people, and they have a lot of fun. But my message, I've always said that. My message is that I'm not the right person for everybody. I'm not a mainstream person. I'm not Steve Crowder. I'm not Christian comedy. I'm not clean comedy.
So you're as popular as them.
I'm a niche.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. I apologize.
You're welcome.
I just wanted to say I'm looking at your chat right now, and people are, you know, kind of being like, I'm woman-splaining, and like, you triggered me. Like, what do you think about that? Because, you know, I think you and I are having a relatively calm, nice conversation right now. So, you know, I just wanted to, like, what are your thoughts on that? Because you do kind of garner this sort of polarizing ideal. Like, you have people who really, really love you, which is cool. But, you know, you have a lot of people who kind of want to kick you in your e-balls, you know what I mean?
Well, they're trolling you. It's banter. They talk a lot of shit to me. One of the big misconceptions about me is when I argue with people. So I had a very nice woman. I won't say her name. But I retweeted her and I commented about something she had tweeted. And then she DMs me saying, oh my God, your people are messaging me and they're really mean. So there's this myth. There's this myth that if I retweet...
punching the chat right now, Mike. That's not nice.
Well, there's a myth that if I retweet you, then the people are mean to you because they're my army. They're mean to me.
That has happened to me personally.
They're mean to me. That's just the way it is. We got the banter on high levels. I get called, you know, all kinds of names all day. And for me, I'm used to it. It's kind of funny. So the way you got to look at it is, we're just here to have fun, and we have fun with the banter, and the best way to deal with the banter is to answer back with it. Get the bants back and forth.
So to all the folks in your chat right now who are calling me a cunt and saying I have blue hair and that I didn't vote for Trump or anything like that, do you think that that's kind of like, do you think maybe like you could possibly have some sort of like sway over your audience? Like what if you were to be like, guys, like that's kind of dickish. Like you understand, you get that kind of bullshit day to day, you know? So like, why is it okay for someone to just have a nice conversation with you to like kind of be mired in that same kind of scorn just because you and I, you know, technically disagree on certain things, you know?
Well, the flip side of that would be, is who cares?
Mm-hmm.
People on the internet talking shit.
I called in.
Well, that's the whole point, though. That's the whole point, though. Why care that people on the internet are, you know, kind of talking shit? That would be the bigger question.
Well, you refer to your haters a lot, you know.
Sure, because it's...
Why do you care about the haters?
Well, I don't. It's entertaining.
I like to kind of...
Hold on, you left. Oh, she hung up. Wow, you guys triggered her into hanging up. So, yeah, the bigger question is always, why people go, Mike, you refer to your haters. Well, is it because they're actually bothering me? It's because people think it's funny. People think it's funny. And if you want to tell people the truth, you got to keep them laughing. Right? If you want to tell people the truth, then you got to keep them laughing. We got to have a good time here. So that's ultimately what I'm looking forward to. Ooh, look at this. Look at it. The lighting tonight is on point. The lighting game tonight is on fleek. Look at the outline. Look at that chin. Look at that smile, almost like dimples form. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? All right, we got a caller from Ronkonkoma, New York. Ronkonkoma, New York. Hello. Ron.
There you go.
There you go. How you doing?
Good. Yeah, that actually reminds me. Sometimes the way you pronounce some words, obviously that word's pretty obscure, but the way you pronounce some, pretty well-known words kind of cracks me up sometimes. Sometimes I think you mispronounce names on purpose, especially people you don't like, but that's a different story. Anyway, just wanted to let you know, enjoy the show. I often find I put a show on one of your videos on when I work out, and it really passes the time. And obviously, you have to concentrate on the physical, but it keeps the mind kind of active while you're working out. Before I get to what I was going to ask about, it's funny. I was looking back for the phone number to call in. I was looking through some of your old Periscope videos, and I clicked on the one of you and Sean on Valentine's Day. And you really need to have Sean on now and then. I remember that one was very amusing. Seeing you two guys interact, and she's great. She's always fun when you have her on.
She's good for views. Good for page views.
Yeah, there you go. But I was going to ask you about something that came up earlier regarding Joe Rogan. I understand what you were saying. Joe will have on Gavin and Milo and obviously Stefan. Molyneux, and you said Joe said that he hated you. I don't recall him ever actually saying that about you personally, actually using your name on a podcast.
He didn't say.
He went so far as to say on Twitter you were not banned. And then he said, we have a lot of people. But then again, he must be able to fit you in if he really wanted to.
So, what I heard this from. No, he didn't say. On his show, I don't like Cernovich. He told that to a guest who was on his show, who was a mutual friend. But as you pointed out, Joe said, Cernovich, you're not banned from the show. I'm really busy. Okay, that was back in when, November? How many people... How many people...
Be able to fit you in if he wanted you on.
How many people since then have said, hey, Joe, why don't you have Mike on your show? Hey, Joe, Cernovich. He won't even answer people who mention my name.
Right. Maybe he should just come out and say what.
Well, that's why I called him out. That's why I called him out. Because...
Maybe she should come out and say, for whatever
Yeah, just man up.
I have a problem with
Just
this
man up.
anymore.
Say, I don't like this fucking guy. I don't like him. Quit fucking talking about him. Quit asking to have him on my show. I'll never have him on my show. I don't like him. Cool. You know, I'm not going to cry about it.
And
So-
that would be that. There
yeah,
you go.
but that's the whole
Like
point.
I said, enjoy the videos. At first, when I found you, like that gal just said, and you just admitted, she said, yeah, sometimes you can be, turn people off. But once you get the whole situation, I got over that quick and learned to enjoy even the look at that profile. Look how good I look. That's very amusing stuff. Anyways, you have a good night, man.
Thank you. Yeah, I used to watch a lot of pro wrestling growing up. Everybody's got a price for the $1 Million Man. Who's heard about the $1 Million Man? Ted DiBiase. Right? It's just fun. I want to have a lot of fun. And I have a lot of fun. Every time I do a show, I have a lot of fun. People call me, I enjoy the calls. I never feel like what I do is something that I would rather not be doing. I never wake up and say, man, I hate my fans. A lot of people, if you think about it, most people who are famous, they don't like their fans. Talk to anybody who's ever seen me at an event. I'm happy. I talk to everybody, and I don't act like I'm above anybody, any of that nonsense, right? Because I like everybody who's into this. I like you all. I really do. I wouldn't be doing this. And part of that is because I can goof off and, F around and screw around and be silly and pull out a pink brush. And it's fun for me, right? Drink wine out of the bottle. Same wine I had last night, by the way, so I didn't drink the full bottle, right? It's fun for me. I don't want to do another boring show where I put on hair and makeup and I say, and we're back. MikeCernovich.com. Very, very serious developments in the world. It is very, very important. Very, very important what I'm about to tell you. Right? I'm not really doing that. I thought you didn't drink. I don't get drunk. Important distinction. Beaverton, Ohio. How you doing? Beaverton, or Oregon.
Oh, what's up, Mike?
Oregon.
It's Oregon, actually.
Yeah, I need to memorize all the state codes because when the calls come in, I see... Yeah, O-R, Oregon.
Yeah, hey, enjoy your stuff, man. I really,
Thank you, dude.
I enjoy Gorilla Mindset. I gave it to a couple friends.
Thank you.
Anyway, my question for you is, I live up in L.A., and I was wondering what the status of the MAGA meetups are doing.
Great question.
Because, I live in this area, and I always see, stuff going on, I'll see it after the fact,
right.
Some protest happened in Hollywood at Trump's Star or something, and I'm just...
Right.
I think I pay attention to stuff, but I just miss stuff all the time.
Yeah, we're gonna do a MAGA meetup in Huntington Beach, either Huntington Beach, California, or Hermosa Beach. I'm aiming for not this weekend, but next weekend. So I'm thinking next.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I want to do next Saturday noon MAGA meetup in Hermosa Beach or Huntington Beach. One of those two areas. Definitely.
Yeah, the more north, the better.
Well, yeah, for you guys. I'm in Orange County, though, so I got to kind of meet you in the middle.
Get up there.
I'm not going to be like, you know what, you got to come to me. We definitely got to have a little bit of meeting in the middle. So you're right. As for the other events, we don't really... Oh, Gina, the caller earlier is back. Less traffic on Sunday, yeah, so maybe Sunday. I'm not committed, but the next couple weeks we will. We need to do more meetups, 100%, you're all right. Baked Alaska, he goes to a lot of those flash mob kind of things. So, a lot of times he knows about, he goes to all the LA things, all the time, and I usually don't. So, keep an eye on when he posts updates and all that kind of stuff.
All right, cool. Yeah, Sunday's better, I think, too.
Yeah, Sunday? Okay, Sunday. So, Sunday, and not this Sunday, next Sunday. And I'll post enough advance. Thank you.
All right, cool, man. Take care. Keep it up.
Welcome back, G. How you doing?
I'm fine. I just, why did you name drop me?
It was accidental because your name showed up. So I didn't post your last name, but when you call in, sometimes names show up.
Okay. I didn't name drop though, so
Okay.
You know, that kind of stuff.
So
I apologize for before. I just get really, really bad reception in my apartment, so you know, the calls drop every so often. I apologize.
oh, it's all good, all good.
So, I mean, I wasn't sure what the train of thought we were going on there, but, you know, I think what you do is very important because I have seen you be right about certain things in the media, and I just think, you know, I just personally think that some of the ego-inflating kind of this attitude that I've seen you with, not just you, it's happened to, you know, a lot of people. It does kind of make me want to just not pay too close attention, you know. And I just wanted to get your thoughts about that and like what you think, and you know, because I just see a lot of kind of, you know, back and forth, you know, kind of weird contradictions with, you know, with everything. So.
Yeah, life is complicated. Life is complicated. I found on balance that people like me. People like, I mean, people, you know, that's kind of what I concluded is more people than not like me, and I have fun doing it. So I would like to give a long philosophical answer about the meaning of life. The truth is that I have fun doing it, and people have fun. People have fun participating in it, watching in it, talking about it, doing it. So the overlap between what I want to do and life is always about what do you want to do versus what do people want. And I'm always looking for that intersection. So what do I want to do? I don't want to put on a suit and be a real serious guy and act like I'm Jake Taper and I'm super... the God man. I mean, if you really want to think about it, people like him are the ones with the bigger ego because I let loose. I would say, Jake Tapeworm. So I have a smaller ego than all of them because I just goof off. I take myself not seriously, and we all have fun. And people want that. People want, what do people want from me? You have to think about ultimately what is it that I do. What I do is different than what anybody else is doing in the world. I do reality news. I do live coverage of events. I don't edit people on YouTube or trick them into trick questions or try to make them look bad. It is live TV, live reality news. Sometimes I'm in Under Armour clothing, sometimes in a really sleek swag jacket, sometimes my hair is sweaty, sometimes I'm hiking. Right? So that's just kind of what I do, and people like it. And I hope you continue to enjoy it. Thank you for your call. You have a nice night.
Bye-bye, Mike.
Bye-bye. Yeah, I think I'm not for everybody. I've never claimed to be. I'm just not for everybody. Not for everybody. All right, we got, I think, a new caller. Vancouver, Washington. How you doing?
Hey, Mike, it's me again. Sorry to keep bugging you tonight.
Hey, man, I'm just hanging out, dude.
I just had another thought, too, because I'm kind of in an epicenter of, you know, SJW, Antifa territory. I'm only... You know, in my state, we had the shooting at the Milo event, and I know in California, you have the big Berkeley event. And I'm only 10 minutes away from Portland, Oregon, which is one of those progressive cities in the United States. And the Antifa presence is huge here. How would you recommend people like, you know, MAGA people, libertarian conservatives, how would you recommend for us to meet up and kind of counteract that, but in a way where the spin doesn't harm the movement at all, and where we can kind of counteract that in a productive way and kind of show the Antifa people for really what they are?
Yeah, my answer might surprise you. My answer is generally you want to lay low, and you don't want people to really know what you believe. But if they're having events, take pictures of their flyers, their posters. If you can get footage discreetly, get footage, and then get that footage online. without them finding out that you're doing it. The way I look at it is that, how do we win? The way we win is we show people Antifa. We show the world what these people are like, what they look like, how bad they smell, their incoherent arguments, their hatred in their heart, right? So the way I look at it is that you want pictures, as many pictures as you can, videos, all that kind of stuff. Get that distributed on social media platforms, and the more the merrier. The more pictures of these people looking, because the reason they want to censor us is because we win, they lose if we have free speech. People look like Antifa, and then they look at people like us, and they think, well, I don't want to be like Antifa. So pictures, right. Take all kinds of pictures. If they're looking ugly, looking filthy, sweaty, take all those pictures, and then that's how we make them look bad.
We had kind of a, like briefly, there was like a pro, like a Republican or conservative little get-together at PSU at Portland State University, and there was a lot of anti-Trump protesters and stuff, just like, doing the normal, like blowing whistles and just dragging people out. And I took a couple people with me. It's funny because even though we're in a pretty progressive state, it seems like people are just rearing, just like begging for some truth and some logic and common sense. So I took some friends that were on the fence about Trump, and I said, okay, you have your views, so you don't have to agree on everything, but you can agree that some people are just dumb, right? And then I took them with me to that PSU event, and then I just said, watch, I'll try to have any semblance of discussion with any one of these people. And I can tell you what they're going to say. They're going to say I'm racist or this or that, but they won't have any counter argument that has any value whatsoever. And they're like, okay, well, I have faith in my people, so we went there, and their minds were blown. Like I think I walked away with a few Trump supporters after that because they were just like, I was waiting for them to make this point or make that point, but they couldn't. They couldn't even put sentences together.
Yeah, well, that's the whole idea. The more people who see them, the better. But if you go out in groups, just make sure that you're careful with your physical safety and everything. They aren't fully evolved people. They're low consciousness. They're very feral. So definitely be careful.
I know. We make sure we put some, Che Guevara at times.
Oh, okay, good. There you go. Perfect. Go in incognito. Good idea.
Dye our hair pink so we blend in.
Great. Thanks for your call, sir. Good idea.
All right.
Incognito. All right, hit the like button. Let's get me to 400 likes. I'm going to take a couple more calls, and then we'll get going. So definitely hit the like button. Let's get these likes up. All right, we got a caller from New York. How you doing? New York?
Hey, Mike.
How you doing, dude?
How you doing, man? Hey, I met you in person. You got real good energy at one of your MAGA meetups.
Yeah, I remember you. I remember your voice.
Great, man. Hey, I got a quick question for you, or two questions. I want to see what you thought about it. Sean Spicer at the streams, he usually, I'm trying to figure out what's Trump's communication team's thought about calling on the mainstream. Because they usually call, I noticed when they call on NBC, they ask negative questions, trying to make Trump look bad and the team. And I'm trying to figure out what's their thought process behind that. Like, why do you keep calling on NBC, and they're just gonna keep asking these negative questions, gotcha questions, trying to, a gotcha catch me question. And then my second question is, I was listening to Gina. And I notice a lot of people get annoyed when either Donald Trump or when she asks you about why do you refer to yourself in third person? Like, what's the problem with that? I mean, why do people find that annoying? Why do people find when you refer to yourself in third person, what's annoying about it? I don't find it annoying. I'm just trying to figure out what's the deal behind that. That's it.
Yeah, so the first question as far as Sean Spicer goes, he has a lot of work left to do and a lot more things to figure out. I can think of a lot better ways for him to run things. And we've covered that on other videos, and he isn't getting it yet, but I think he'll get better. As to the caller about the third person, that caller, she was very nice, but she had low feelings of self-worth. So the issue is that because she has low feelings of self-worth, then my confidence triggers in her, it's called the law of reflection. My confidence in her, my confidence flashes back to her, and then all she sees is her own lack of confidence reflecting back from me. So she is a good person. I wish her the best. But she does not feel good about herself. So her self-worth feelings are low, and because of that, she thinks, well, why does this guy think he's hot? I don't think I'm hot. That's the interpretation. That's what's really going on. And that is why I do so much work with Gorilla Mindset and everything, which is to help improve people's lives and give them more of a sense of better self-worth.
Gotcha, man. Hey, man, keep at it, man. You're these positives and keep talking to people, man. You got that.
Thank you. Yeah, have a good night, my friend. All right, so that's it for the calls. We're done with the calls, but I'll take a couple of YouTube questions. Calls are over, but I'll take a couple more YouTube questions if you hit the like button. If you hit the like button, then I will take a few more questions. So what do you got for me? Project Veritas's latest videos. Potentially devastating, but I don't know what is going to happen yet, but potentially huge. How do you deal with slander? People lie about me all the time. What are you going to do? When will you shave your head? Come on. Now I know you're trolling. Why would I shave that? Get out of here. Mike's a cool guy. Good to see you too, Mike. Good to see you, buddy. Is Paul Ryan finished? No, I wish. Google, the Marine sexing scandal is not good for anybody. What is up with Antarctica? Yeah, that I don't know. I don't know. A lot of people think that. A lot of people claim that. Well, a number of the SS did actually escape to Argentina. A lot of people believe that Hitler escaped to Argentina and that his body wasn't actually found in the bunker, but that the bunker suicide story was told to give people closure, but that really Hitler escaped to Argentina. I don't really know about that. Who knows? But a lot of people did. A lot of people did. Is Madeline's career done? No, she'll be okay, but she's going to be a laughingstock. This one is going to stick for a long time. Will WikiLeaks release Hillary's emails this year? Doubt it. Thoughts on Comey? We'll see. He's supposed to talk tomorrow, actually. Did you see Bill Kristol call Maddow a double agent? I did. He's losing his mind. Geert Wilders, I think he can win, definitely. What are we going to do about Ohio? Let Kasich choose his... listen, Ohio people definitely need to organize and not let Kasich choose a Democrat. Kasich is a very bad guy. Very, very bad guy. Very bad guy. NSA perverts, pedophiles in NSA. A lot of them. Do you know Scott Adams personally? Define personally, but we talk. Mike, will you ever use Just for Men to hide the gray? Women like the gray. Women like the gray. So, maybe one day. Maybe one day, but hey, man. Women like it. It's a hassle to do it. So why do it? Can you call in and say, proud of your boy? No, because I closed down the calling software. But next time, you can call and say, proud of your boy. Women don't like balding, though. Some women like shaved heads, actually. A lot of women like shaved heads. Sing, no. Will Trump deport 12 million? Doubt it. Look at the receding hairline. You wish you had my hair. Periscope is a buggy mess. Yes, that is why I don't use it. Is Pence's best friend a peso? Don't know. First comment and I called it. Click on my name. Okay, you shouldn't tell people to subscribe to your channel, but I'll let that slide. McInnes was in Israel. Yeah, well, I'll go on a show. We'll talk. You shave your head with a razor blade. Yeah, a lot of people like shaved heads. A lot of women like shaved heads, for sure. Status of Pedogate. Developing. Talk to Faith. Faith is good. I've done the Rebel TV, I like Faith. Faith a lot. Faith with Rebel TV, she's good. You and Sam Harris, no martial arts. Who is winning a fight? I don't see how Sam Harris wins in a fight against me. Sam Harris is like, what, 150 pounds?